Welcome everyone to the first edition of the Pinstriped Prospects Farm Report for the 2019 season. I'm your host Rob Pimpsner, and let's get into what's been going on the farm this past week. The Yankee system had its fair share of highs and lows so far this early season, and the highs include some impressive hitting and pitching performances by prospects throughout the system that we'll get into later on. On the low side though, the Yankees have been battling some injuries. While a lot has already been said about the 13 players that are currently on the Major League injured list and the 15 players that have spent time on the list so far, the Bombers have had just as much bad luck on the minor league side. At the current time, the Yankees have 28 players on the minor league injured list, bringing the organizational total to 41 players out with injury. Among those on the injured list is right-handed pitcher Matt Sauer, who unfortunately just underwent Tommy John surgery this past week. Sauer, the former second-round pick in the 2017 draft, was 0-1 with a 2.08 ERA in 2 games with the Charleston River Dogs before going out with an injury on April 16th. On the high side, let's take a look at some of the top performances of players throughout the system. On the offensive side, we have to look at infielder Diego Castillo, who is currently on an 11-game hitting streak for the Tampa Tarpons. Castillo raised his season batting average from .029 to .200 during the streak that began on April 14th. Throughout that time period, he is 14 for 41, good for a .341 batting average in those 11 games. On the mound, there have been a few pitchers that have stood out. Right-handed pitchers Deivi Garcia, Sean Semple, and Daniel Baez are among the organizational leaders in strikeouts. Garcia has 33, Semple with 30, and Baez have 28. Semple has been making quick work of the South Atlantic League opponents with the Charleston River Dogs as a long man out of the bullpen with a 2-0 record, an .053 ERA, and 30 strikeouts in 17 innings of work. He allowed just 1 earned run on 4 hits and 2 walks. And that will do it for me on this week's edition of the Pinstripe Prospect Farm Report. Be sure to join me next week for our next edition.